In just 6 months, the new Smackdown game had arrived from the original. In November 2000, Smackdown 2 Know Your Role arrived on the PS1 with improved graphics, new moves, new match types, new season mode, new create a wrestler, create a taunt, create a manager, create a stable, among others. And with the new arena as well, you could have announce tables and smash your opponent through them, which is quite fun. Although you could also jump on top of the announce table and do diving moves from it. You couldn't have 2 people on it. You'd have to lie them on them and do a random grapple move, whether it's a pile driver or a powerbomb. In season mode, it was tedious. It's one of the worst points of Smackdown 2. To skip matches, this is what you got every time. Now try doing this for 8 matches every week for 5 weeks to equal 1 month, and then do it for 5 years to unlock every single item. But at least you get handy cutscenes like this. You could also see the Dudleys putting Jeff Hardy through a table with a 3D, something which you couldn't do actually in the game. The 3D was in, you just couldn't put them through a table. What a shame. But hey, you could unlock Stone Cold Steve Austin or Mick Foley or HBK among others, create wrestler parts, arenas and match types like TLC. We got past SummerSlam. Bit tedious the mode, because people got up too quickly. It was still arcade gameplay. You had to really chuck them out and then try and grab the belt. You could also have it for a pinfall match as well, like Japan. Table matches were quite good, but a bit tedious. I'll explain that in a second. Once the tables broke in a TLC match, they couldn't respawn unlike today. Hell in a Cell is essentially an expanded cage match because you've just got the cell roof on top. It's not like the proper Hell in a Cell. But you could actually knock them through the top of the cell. You just had to do plenty of moves, not like in current games where you only need to do 2 power moves and you had 2 different cell breakages. This was just one thing in the middle and you needed at least 3 or 4 right in the dead centre to throw them in. And if you wanted to go back up top, you could, but you could knock anyone through the middle again. Well, with grapple moves anyway, which was quite a shame. You could also pick up those cell panels and use them as weapons, but with this arcade style they didn't really do anything. You could throw them off by just punching them once you got them near the edge, and you could fly and you wouldn't hurt yourself. Now table matches were a thing of beauty. When I say a thing of beauty, they're a pain in the ass because you try and do finishers, done loads of damage to Trish Stratus, and somehow she's still able to backdrop you to the floor. Annoying. There was also special guest referee matches, but this time you could have 2, so one of them could fast count for you and one could fast count for the other. Referee could break it up, but hey, Albert, you were too slow, Jeff beat you to it. There was also casket matches where you had to knock them into the casket via strike moves or Irish whip, and then keep pounding them until the cage door and casket door shut, which was quite annoying. I thought it was always easier to do a diving move once you got them in the casket. It seemed to do more damage. Bye bye Tori, just like your career. Ooh, that's bad. In falls count anywhere matches, instead of Irish whipping them to go to a new area, you had to wait for the triangle to turn blue. And then you had a long loading screen to get to the next arena. But the backstage areas were massive and varied, although some areas were better than others. This is the main venue of the arena. You can go into the cafe and go through tables that were covered in white paper. But again, long loading times. You also had run over by a car if you went fully outside, and there was also hidden areas such as in this locker room area you go to the shower room, which was blocked off normally, but there was nothing really in the shower room, so it kind of defeated the point. No idea why. But you could have 4-way matches, 3-way matches, special guest referees outside in Falls Count Anywhere, and hardcore matches. You could have Iron Man matches for 15 minutes where the submission moves were king, especially the finishers, where you could submit them and then just pin them. Trish got an awful big sock in her mouth there. I said sock, okay? Don't sue me. And there was also create a taunt mode, which was just splicing 2 taunts together. You couldn't change the speed or anything. But they did foretell one certain superstar. CM Punk's go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yeah, you could have done taunt, not the move, because the move wasn't invented until 2003-4. To my knowledge. Create a wrestler mode was far superior compared to 1. You could add certain different attires, tattoos, especially for the women. You could change their chest sizes, and you could change the brightness, contrast, the shades, something we're all familiar with in the current SmackDown generation, WWE 12. But of course, this was PS1, so the graphics weren't as great. But I mean, for a PS1 game, and have this amount of customizability, it was a vast improvement to SmackDown 1. Vast improvement to SmackDown 1 as well was the creator moveset. Far superior. You could easily get nice little previews with a wireframe ring. Stinkface, oh, I wouldn't mind a stinkface from her. Oh. Super Fallaway Slam. A lot of these moves you would see in countless games in the PS1 and PS2 era, and sometimes in the 360. Why some of these moves were taken out, I'll never know, because they look awesome. Reverse Tornado TDT, that was in for years, same animation. Springboard Arm Drag, in for years. Tornado DDT, in for years. Walk on the Rope, before it was called Old School. So a lot of these moves you see again and again. Super Armbar Takedown, if only Alberto was here, we'd love that move. Oof. Ouch. So overall, SmackDown 2 was a very superior game to the first one. Its arcade style can be a bit tedious though with the 4-way matches. A lot of people would break up the moves and match types will last forever. And it's going to both go for the pin at the same time. Like there. I win angle, yay! But if you liked the old SmackDown games, pick it up, get on PS1. If you've got PS3, you can play PS1 games on it. Next up will be Just Bring It, the first PS2 game, where you needed half a memory card just to play the game. Annoying, but hey, was it better than 2? Stay tuned for more WWE.